Can I call you Rose?
Hey everyone, my name is Travis. I run the Daily Tri YouTube channel. It's also now a podcast and a website. I'm a big triathlete myself. Everything to do with triathlon sport, that's what I'm involved with. It started when I was pretty young. My uncle was showing me his medals at his house of all the events he had done, and he told me about an Ironman and how he'd always wanted to do one, and he just planted the seed in my mind. I remember watching the World Championships with him in Kona. I did my first one when I was 16 years old. Sprint triathlon in Wyoming. Had to search high and low to find one there in Wyoming, but that's what got it all started.
Travis is really refreshing in the world of triathlon. He really shows how you can do triathlon being a beginner, jumping in there, learning it all, progressing to intermediate, advanced areas. And it brings me back to my first time doing a triathlon as a freshman in college, racing through college, racing now, knowing that so a lot of times it takes a village to get there.
Doing 150 days in a row right now on the indoor trainer, which is pretty tough. I don't know why I decided to do that, but I love challenging myself just because it just keeps life fresh, interesting, and doing something like that just keeps me consistent and accountable.
Right now we have him on one of our electronic shifting SPs, our new disc brake SP designed by Kevin Kwan, and I am really excited to see how he feels on the new bike and getting out there on the road. We'll see if he gets out on the road because I know he's been doing an indoor trainer challenge.
I don't know why I decided to do that.
Insane, but it's been fun to watch.
Personally, like I said, I'd love to go to the World Champs in Kona, just get to that highest level I can as an age grouper. I always wanted to be a pro when I did that first one when I was 16, but I still had that dream, but especially after I did my first Ironman, I thought, maybe I could be a pro, but this is the next best thing for me, covering the sport, the professional sport, especially with my channel.
The Daily Tri is for every triathlete. And actually, I'm going to say not even just triathletes. It's for people who are interested in the world of swim, bike, run. I think it's a big time to get more people watching, supporting, learning about triathlon. And Travis has created a great community. It's approachable, it's understandable, it's interactive. You feel like you have friends all around the world, and it's not intimidating, which can be really hard for this world to be a beginner, ask some questions, learn along the way, and know that everyone has your back.
So my dream has always been just to be the person who any fan could come to and just know that they're gonna find all the answers for everything going on in the pro sport. I felt like there was a missing piece of that in the triathlon world, where there was always that in cycling and running, and you could go to certain channels and outlets and just get all the information you needed. I was just such an addict to it myself, so I figured why not share that passion and love for it with other people. And so that's my dream, is just to get people engaged, following it every day, and just passionate as I am about it, get more people into it, and grow a community. That's my dream. It's just to build a lot of followers who can interact with each other, engage with each other, and just love this sport together.
Seeing all the new things that Travis and Daily Tri has been putting out, I am so excited for the future. Seeing their new website, having all of the media in one place, all of the podcasts, all of the articles, all of the YouTube from all the pros. It's easy. It's a great way to stay on top of everything. It's so smart, and I'm using it every week.
I think these days we've all seen it, that media is so important, especially around sports. It gets so many people into it, and we've seen that with like Formula One and UFC just blowing up in recent years, and they've just done such a great job with media. And triathlon's doing that right now as well. It's growing, and there's so much people investing in the media side of the sport. But I think the community and the interaction and the fans engaging with each other, I think that's what keeps people in the sport, and that's what I've always wanted to help promote as well. And so the website's just a big part of that, just keeping people engaged, the fantasy where people can talk about the races, and just give them that outlet for that passion.
Having fantasy back is really exciting. I am super stoked for all of the different race series this year. And it's not just about the pros, it's getting all of the age groupers excited as well, and he's doing a great job with that.
Funny enough, when I was really getting into the sport, wanting to do my Ironman, I just stumbled across A2 bikes because they were like the best value entry tri bike that you could get at the time, but they also had all the features that I wanted, and plus I love a black bike. I just think it looks so stealthy and so good, and I even printed out a picture of it because I wanted to save up for it and buy that bike, and I wasn't able to save enough at the time. I was quite young back then, but eventually I managed to get one, and yeah, just after riding it a few times, just fell in love with it. It was my dream bike. Out of nowhere, met you guys in Milwaukee and got connected, and yeah, just since then, it just felt like meant to be.
Travis and I and the A2 team, I believe, first met in person at USAT Age Group Nationals in Milwaukee, which was also where, at the time, the PTO US Open was being held. It was so great to meet him in person. Such a genuine person. Hung out at the tent, raced, showed off the USAT racing, and now is the time when he was working on some of his yawn video. And if you haven't seen it, you have to check it out on YouTube. It's one of the funnier things I've seen in this world.
I just think it aligns exactly with what I want to do. What you guys do is like you provide an amazing bike that helps reduce the boundaries for people wanting to get their first tri bike, get into the sport, but it also is just such good quality. It can still be their dream bike, but they don't have to break the bank for it. And you guys now have just like, you know, just the best customer service, the best team. I think that's so cool. You know, a small team, it's really passionate. You guys care about the community, work with USAT and provide bikes for all those athletes. That's what I'm all about. Just growing the community, growing the sport, and you guys are a big part of that.
What I really love about Travis is he says things as they are. He brings humor to the sport. He wants to cover the sport in a way that makes the sport easily digestible, and I'm all for it. It's part of what we're trying to do at A2. We're trying to create gear that gets people into the sport, that gets people loving the sport. We're working on the side to try to put knowledge out there in the world for people who see triathlon as this huge undertaking, realizing that, you know, it's piece by piece. You don't even necessarily need a triathlon bike the first time. You can do a lot of things on a road bike. When you're ready to upgrade, we have you along the way. We're there really for anyone from the beginning all the way to the pros. And that's exactly where Travis and the Daily Tri stands too.
I've got a couple big things coming out that I'm so excited about, but I can't quite share. So definitely stay tuned for that. But if you haven't checked out the website, we poured our heart and soul into that. And I think it's your one-stop shop for everything pro triathlon, and there's more to come on there.
This is a big year for A2 as well, as we are launching our first all-road bike. And I know it's a big year for Travis as well. So we're so excited to be a part of his journey, not only as he trains for triathlon, but hopefully some really cool adventures up in Washington. The Pacific Northwest is a fantastic area for exploring off-road as well.
If I had anything to say, I would just say just really go out there, challenge yourselves, but find that community. I think that's what's going to keep you in the sport the long time. Yeah, I've always said if you find that something like your bike that you really are passionate about, that gets you out the door, or even if it's something smaller than that, whatever, it just keeps that love and passion alive. Find it, get it, hold on to it, and keep doing this wonderful sport.